What's up, folks? Today we're going to look at the OUPES, the OUPES 1800 watt power bank, inverter, solar generator, all the different names that they go by. And the big question is 1800 watts. That's what it's rated at. And of course, it'll peak out more. We'll get into the specs. We're going to break this video down into 5 parts. The big question is will this run a refrigerator? Will this run an AC? Will this run things of that nature that a lot of you folks have asked many questions about? So we're going to look into that. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do this intro here that we're doing now. And while I'm talking, I'm also going to be cutting into how I have it set up. I have 4 solar panels pushing into it. They're 100 watt solar panels a piece. I have 4 of them, and like I said, you can see them now as I'm speaking. And I'll kind of show you where I'm at in charging on this sunny day. Slightly, partly cloudy, depending on when you come out here. The sun is directly above us, and it's quite intriguing to see the difference. Usually get about 80% on a full sun day. That's just the way it works. And kind of let you see, you know, the different aspects, and if the solar panels are facing a specific direction, or if the solar panels are just laying flat down and facing straight up. These are some of the things that some folks want to know. You folks have asked, you guys want to see a review on a powerful unit. This is one of the most powerful units I've ever reviewed to date. So we're going to push it to its limits. Now, some of you folks may ask about a heater. I'm in Florida, so I don't really keep heaters on hand. I do have heaters, but they're very small. So maybe we'll push it. Maybe we'll plug in a microwave. Maybe we'll plug in an air fryer, and we'll push it to its limits and see what it can handle, because this is something that's going to cost you a lot more than the small compact units. This is a very powerful unit, not as powerful as some others. These a lot out there, but the more powerful they are, the more you're going to pay for them. Now, funny fact, they did reach out to me and gave me a discount code for this, because they're the ones that are providing this gear for me to review. So shout outs to OUPES. Thank you for helping out the channel and whatnot. I think the code is going to be GreyMan10, but it'll be down in the description along with a link if you care to look at this product, or if you're looking for something powerful to power something more than your small electronics, flashlights, and small types of things like that, laptops, CPAP machines. If you're looking for something a lot more broader with a lot more power. So let's go ahead and get into this. Again, we're going to do 5 sections. We're going to do the intro. We're going to do the specifications. We're going to do a close-up. We're going to do a testing and a wrap-up. So this will be broken down in 5 parts. This may go long, but it's going to be informative. I'll see you here shortly. All right, folks. So here we are with the OUPES 1800 watt power station. So I'm pretty sure you guys want to hear some of the specs. So we're going to go over some of the specs. We'll look at the price point and so on and so forth. And it looks like they have a deal on their website currently. So that might be an option. Like I said, if you're dealing with stuff like rolling blackouts, and I mean, I don't know if you can see me. I'm just pouring down sweat out here in the Florida heat, and it's nasty. It's nasty. You know what I mean? Some people probably will not survive with AC or some sort of circulation of air and whatnot. So something like this can definitely come in handy for all different types of situations, especially for indoors. I know you can run a generator outside. You can run a diesel generator. You can run a multi-fuel generator or single fuel generator, whatever you like outdoors with all that noise. Some folks may have it set up, but yes, you're going to pay for that as well. So no matter how you look at it, you're going to pay for the niceties of life and things that you need for survival in general. The bigger that these go, again, like I said, the prices are going to go up. You're not going to get a $300 unit that's going to be able to put out 1800 watts. So let's get into the specs of that. Let me see here. What do we got here? It is a 1,488 watt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery, which you know is right now is kind of the best technology in the industry when it comes to these this gear. 2,500 plus life cycles to 80%. I kind of went over that. Maybe I'll go over it again. So basically, if you were to use this, a cycle means from, you know, when it's charged and you drain it all the way down to 0, that's a cycle. So you have 2,500 cycles. How often are you going to do that if you're using this for emergency purposes? Honestly, ask yourself, how often are you going to do that when using this for emergency preparedness? Now, if even in camping and the camping aspect, how often are you going to charge this fully and drain it? This will actually last you quite some time. And that's 80%, folks. So then you still have years and years and years down the road. That's what some people don't understand. Like, oh, 80%. You know what I mean? You have to look at the big picture, folks. This thing will still hold charges long thereafter you reach those 2,500 cycles. Anyways, I just like to clarify that, because some people kind of get these things twisted, and I'm like, no, man. There's a lot of benefits to units like this, from the small to the extremely large. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of huge systems out there that'll run you $14,000, $15,000, $20,000. for a full system. So when you can get something that can pack a punch, especially to run a refrigerator or a freezer, or your deep freezer and whatnot, or an AC fans, or multiple things at one time, this can be something truly beneficial to you, my viewers. Anyways, back onto this. It does have 3 AC outlets at 1800 watts, which is 1,488 watt hours. Like I said, the capacity, multiple ports can power 10 devices simultaneously, depending on the draw, right? You can't put 6 refrigerators on there because you'll probably, push it to its limits, but you get the gist. I know a lot of you folks are very intelligent out there and know that, when what you're doing, you're going to look and do the math. Okay, how many watts is this appliance or whatever that you're doing, and run that math and math it out. The best way to do it is to have one of these units and try them out and test them. I know the thing is that's why you guys look for reviews, because you're curious how well some of these things perform. Has 5 ways to recharge. One of those things I've already kind of showed you with the solar panel. Like I said, these are the solar panels. They're 100-watt solar panels. I think they're 18 volts piece, 100 watts. What I do like about these guys, to be honest with you, when they sent me this, is each one of these solar panels, even if you only bought one, still comes with a pigtail. I call these pigtails. I don't know if some of you folks might be familiar with that term, but if you're going to run 2, you're going to need something like this to plug in 2 solar panels into the one, because you can run this, like I showed you, with 4 solar panels. And each solar panel is at 100 watts or 400 watts there. But like I said, you got to do the math at 80% depending on how sunny it is, and that's direct sunlight, and all the mathematics that equate with trying to figure all that out. They have this rated for devices like power tools and even larger appliances. Let's go further into that. Man, I can feel the sweat moving off my face. It says supports 99% of home appliances. So that's a benefit. You folks have been asking me, what can I buy that's going to run home appliances, specifically my fridge and freezers and things of that nature? So here's a unit, folks. Some of you folks are going to ask me. I know I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Currently, with their deals that they're having, this unit by itself is $1,399. Some people are like, holy cow, $1,399. There's no way in heck that I could afford that. I understand inflation and the way the economy is right now. Things are very, very tough. But if you're going to buy, if you're looking to buy a big prep that's going to be beneficial to you in your emergency preparedness kit and plan, that you want to run your appliances indoors efficiently and quietly without running your generator, if you don't have access to fuel, this might be something that you're looking for. All right, let's move on. Let me see here. I'm just going to look at, it says it'll power electric stoves, electric microwave ovens, which we will test. And another part of this section, we will test. We're going to run a microwave. We're going to run a refrigerator. We're going to run an AC on this thing and see how it performs. And I give it credit to the solar panels I was running out there. I only had it in for about a half hour. And it was at 57% when they shipped it to me. And I left it that. It was down to 56% when I had it on. I've had this thing for about 4 weeks testing it and playing around with it. And honestly, from that 56% to charge it up to 72% was in 30 minutes with those 4 solar panels, which was nice. I thought that was kind of cool. Let's see here. What else do we got? This power station, I think, okay, we can go over it. Some of you folks don't like the close-ups, because the screen here, anytime you do a close-up of the screen, the things are, flickering and whatnot, and you got to do it indoors. We'll look at the screen indoors, but I mean, folks, you guys can tell, and I will do a close-up. I'll throw it up on the screen, if anything, a picture of this so that you can see it. I don't think that you need me to waste your time and kind of point and go to each individual section, but you want to know what this is capable of, so let's kind of go over that. Again, it has 3 AC outlets, 110 volts, 1800 watts, 4000 watts peak. So this thing can peak out at 4000 watts. 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB Type-C ports, 2 DC ports, and 1 car port. The OUPES 1800 supports pass-through charging. A lot of you folks ask me that in regards to, I've read your comments, and this will support pass-through charging while battery life is protected. So that you can use this, you can be charging this and using this device at the same time, which is truly beneficial. Let's say you have your solar panels plugged in while you have, let's say, something else out in the woods. If you're camping, if you're in your home and you're charging it and you're worried about the power, the storm approaches, you have this thing plugged in charging because maybe you forgot to keep it fully charged and you want to get a nice charge as the storm is approaching, or a hurricane, or whatever that situation may present itself. you can have this charging and also be using it at the same time. Like I said, I use some of my smaller devices to as a backup to my computer in case I'm doing a live stream and the power goes out. All right, folks, so now we're looking at the recharging capabilities of this unit. And like I said, it's really nice that it does that pass-through charging. And funny enough, folks, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've had to restart this video several times because it's so hot out here. My phone keeps on shutting off, and I'm recording nothing. Ironically enough, the heat. Anyways, folks, let's move into the recharging capabilities. So this has an advanced MPP technology, ensures OUPES Solar 1800 as a higher PV recharging rates. A solar generator can be 0 to 80% recharged by 4 solar panels within 4 hours. It can also get to 0 to 80% recharged from 2 AC wall outlets in 4 hours or on a 12-volt car port. What else do we want to have here? I think I went over that things. Some of you guys might want to know the wattage on the Type-C, which is 60 watts on the Type-C ports. And like I said, again, this can charge a CPAP machine and your other smaller electronics like drones, smartphones, mini refrigerators, TVs, projectors, and like I said prior to this, 99% of most of your appliances. I'll throw this up on the screen. I'll screenshot it and show it to you guys so you can see it. Some of the things that are important to me here, like I said, your phone, 131 charges you can get out of this. Lights, 131 hours out of it at 10 watts. Mini cooler at 50 watts, 26 hours. A fan, almost 44 hours at 30 watts. Electric tools at about 4.5 hours at 300 watts. What else might be important to you? A ventilator. The ventilator is probably super important for those folks that their life might depend on it. So if you're running a 40-watt ventilator, you're going to get 33 hours out of this system. Again, that's when the pass-through charging may come in handy. You can run, and the solar panel that I showed you, they have some really long cords, which I really enjoyed. There's always that little bit of power degradation coming from the panels to that with the longer cords, but it is what it is, folks. What else did I have here? I think that's it. So some of you folks may want to know, like, what is this unit in general would cost with everything that I have here with the four things. Well, $2,100 or $2,200. Sorry, $2,200. It's on sale right now. Normally it sells for $2,500 with the 4 solar panels and the unit itself. Again, that can be very it can be very costly. Now, let's say it's on sale. Then you were to use my GreyMan 10 code, which would take another $220 off that. So that would bring it down to, I don't know, just a hair under $2,000. Some of you folks are like, man, that's just way too expensive. I'm telling you folks, this is one of those items that you would buy when it's like pertinent to the point where, let's say you have an income tax check and you need to add a big ticket item to your preps. I'm not saying, that this is a must-have, but to me, I feel it is. In the aspect, if you don't have a generator, which a good generator can cost you a pretty good penny as well. I think I have a 7,500 watt gas or multi-fuel generator, and I think I paid probably, I don't know, probably $1,000 or so for it. It is loud. It's not the best of the best, but it does the job. Like I said, it runs on fuel or propane. This is quite efficient and effectively to the point where this can be in your home, powering your CPAP, powering your ventilators, and any other those type of electronics, your refrigerator, your freezers, and the list goes on. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and I think I've talked enough about all this stuff here. Let's go ahead and get into the testing phase of this video. All right, folks, now we're inside and we're going to start doing some testing. I've got the refrigerator left open basically to kind of let it heat up so that when we plug it in, the compressor will kick on and draw that power. This is a double-sided refrigerator. And I'm going to kind of handheld most of this stuff like that and just kind of show you what I'm doing and discuss it as I'm testing some of these major appliances out. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and do that here now. All right, folks, you can see that I had the refrigerator open and whatnot. Some of you folks might be like, oh, look what Grey has in his refrigerator. I don't know. We got peppers back there. We got banana peppers. We got beans. We got rice, all kinds of other stuff. Different things in there that we're doing. And anyways, the main purpose of this video is to kind of go over that to show you that this thing is off. And then we're going to go ahead and plug it in. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and turn this on. See this here? The screen's going to pop on like that. And you're going to have to hold this down. That AC is going to kick on, and then you're going to hear the fan. Now I'm going to come in tight so that you can see this, I'm going to go ahead and plug in the fridge now. I have a short cord, so this is going to be complicated. And matter of fact, I'm going to have to tuck that back there and move this thing closer to the fridge. Now we should be able to plug it in. So let's go ahead and plug the fridge in. Refrigerator just kicked back on. It's drawing 239, 240. I can hear the compressor on. I don't know if you guys can hear that. At 71%, at 250 watts, we're looking at 7 hours to keep this thing going. 5 hours. Okay, it's dropping as it picks up density here. I'm trying to keep it on here so that you guys can see it. I guess while we're sitting here looking at this, for now, the screen will turn off from time to time. You can always push any button here and it'll kind of pop back on. But like again, these are your AC outlets. These are your inputs here. This is how you turn the bad boy on. Right down here, you got your USB, your regular USBs, your Type Cs, your 12 volts, and of course your charging port there. All right, so that's odd. It's pulling 246, 70%, down to 1 hour. 3 hours. I don't know. It's fluctuating. I guess, hey, can you do me a favor and close the refrigerator door? That might be one of the problems. I didn't even think about that. I'm sitting there with the refrigerator just wide open, just, you know, cooling the house with the fridge. Well, that made a big difference, Gray. Look at that. We're down to 179 watts. It's pulling in 4 hours. And again, this thing is only set up at 70%. But it is, the fridge is working, you know what I mean? The fridge is running, and not too bad. We're up to 5 hours now. At 70%, like I said, this battery's only 70% charged, so if you had a 100% charge, you're probably going to get like 6 hours, maybe longer out of it. With the doors closed, I'm up to 5 hours now at 175 watts pull on the refrigerator. So some of you folks have asked, you know, will it, you know, power the fridge? Well, this should give you an explanation of what it can do already just running the fridge. Some of you folks might ask, well, can you plug multiple things into it and, you know, push it to its limits? We will. But I wanted to show you this first. All right. Let's plug in. Right behind there we have a microwave, and I'm going to go ahead and unplug that, plug it in here. And then over here we have a, what do they call these things? Air fryer. There we go. Lady Gray's helping me with my terminology today. All right, so let's get into some more testing. All right, folks, here we are in my tight kitchen. I'm having fun trying to figure out how to do this. I can't wait to move into the new home with a nice big kitchen and get to show you that. But anyways, so as you can see, the microwave is off. Here's the cord. I'm going to go ahead and plug her in. Doing this one hand is not easy. I'm going to push this all the way in there. Let's go ahead and turn on the screen here so that you guys can see. Microwave's back on. I'll have to reset the time down the road. But it's not doing anything, right? This is at its resting point. 69 hours just with the microwave plugged in, not doing anything. So let's go ahead and turn the microwave on and see what we get off this unit. I'm going to go ahead and put 30 seconds. Well, let's see that draw there. Let me try to block some of this light so you guys can see that. Look at that, 1,000, 1,100 draw, 1,200 draw. I'll let it go a little longer. So I can run the microwave. It's pulling 1225, 1226, 1228. And at this much draw, it's 69%. And you notice that this battery's not dropping too tremendously. It's only dropped 1% since we did the refrigerator. And as you can see that, like I said, how often are you going to use your microwave for an hour straight? You're going to use it for 30 couple of minutes and then shut it off. So this thing will run your microwave oven as well. Pretty cool, folks. Pretty cool. All right, folks. So some of you folks are going to ask, can I be running my refrigerator and the microwave at the same time? So here we go. This wasn't easy. These cords are very short, and from what Lady Gray told me, the reason they do that is because it's a trip hazard. So this is everything at rest. The refrigerator is plugged in, as you can see. and the microwave is plugged in as well. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to, these cords are driving me nuts, but we're going to do this anyway. So, refrigerator's on. I'm going to go ahead and press the microwave on. If I can see the button. You can see the microwave's running. While it's coming up, I'll show you. Refrigerator's running. All out this little unit here. Handling it with no problems. I was going to try to plug this thing in, but that cord's so short, I can't get it around it, and there's no way I can plug it in. So, you guys are just going to have to trust me that it can probably run all three of these, because remember, 1800 watts, this thing can push on a consistent basis, and it'll peak out at 4,000. There's that. But the next thing I want to try and test is the air condition as well. Hopefully you guys are getting some value out of this, looking at this unit push this much. Very capable unit, doing a lot of stuff. So far, so good. Microwave is now stopped, and you'll see that drop tremendously because it's just running the fridge. And you'll see the time also drop because it's just running the fridge. Microwave is now off. And you'll see this slowly will tick up here as it does a draw. And see it's going up to 2 hours now, and so on and so forth. And it'll climb. It'll continue to climb as it finds a spot. We're up to 5 hours now on the fridge. Very capable unit, folks. Very capable unit. Let's try plugging in an AC. Alright, folks, this is one of our last and final appliances, just to kind of give you guys an idea. This is my portable AC unit, which comes in very handy during hurricane season. It is 8,000 BTUs, and I think it tops out at 1,350 watt draw. We're going to plug it in to this device and see how we do. Go right up here at the top, plug that in, see what the draw is prior to anything, and then we're going to come here down here and turn this thing on. As you can see, we got power now. We're going to go ahead and power this up. Sorry for the glare, and my apologies if the sound is too loud. I have it set for 70 degrees because I like it cold. There's a good angle. And that's feeling nice and cold. Okay, what happened? What happened here? Running into an issue, folks. Running into an issue. And this is what we got to do. We got to show these things. And turn this thing off and try it again. Because this is stuff that you guys want to know, correct? Alright, folks, we are back at it. Let this thing wait for a couple of minutes, reset it, push the power button, and as you can see, everything looks normal here. Let's go back to the AC. Turn it on again. I'm just sitting here waiting to see if anything happens. Compressor just kicked on the AC unit. We're at 720. Letting it ride, folks. And you know, to be completely honest, you know, I wonder if other folks, when they review products like this, if they show some of these hiccups. I'm kind of leaving it on here just for a second before I pan back down to the AC. And like I said, I apologize for the noise. Like I said, this unit tops out at 1,350 watts. And I'm watching that slowly climb. Now this part here, an hour, that might be an issue for some folks. But can you cool down a room in an hour? And again, this is only 65% charged. If we added 100%, will we get more out of it? It's steadily climbing. AC unit is blowing ice cold air. I don't have a thermometer to stick in front of here. I'm not that technical. It's on cool, 70 degrees. It's pumping. It feels great, to be honest with you, because it's blowing right at me. Steadily rising. See, we're down to 57 minutes, 56 minutes. And yeah, I might speed this up so that you guys aren't sitting here listening to me ramble on for an hour. All right, folks, so it's kind of been steady at 1054, 1053 for a while now. And like I said, that's where it's telling us we'll get 53 minutes with this unit being a 62% charge. I'm wondering if you had another 8% to that, if we'd get an hour and a half roughly out of this unit. You know, all these units do that. I guess it's to save power, but I get it. But yeah, folks, so I'm not sure what happened initially, but we're good to go at this point with this AC unit for at least an hour, hour and a half if this thing was fully charged. Like I said, it's holding steady at 1054 watts, running this 8000 BTUs at 70 degrees. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, folks, so that kind of concludes my testing on these 1800 watt OUPES, like I said, they call them power packs, power inverters, solar chargers, solar generators. There's so many different names that they go by, but you get the gist of it. And the main purpose behind this video is to test it on appliances. Even I looked up, you know, because I didn't want to dig it out, but I have a single burner that I can plug into a unit. It's a 1100 watt single burner, you know, kind of like your standard stove burner. And I thought to myself, doing the math, you know, I can turn that on and heat something up if I had to, if I didn't want to use my propane, you know, burners, or my, you know, let's say if I wanted to grill or whatnot. There's just different options. I was trying to figure out how I could use that for my benefit. So that being said, folks, as we saw, it ran an AC. We had some issues, but after everything was said and done, it ran the AC. It ran a microwave, if that's the way you choose to heat your food. It ran the refrigerator. That was the big question at hand. A lot of people have been asking me, can it run a fridge? I didn't feel like going out and unplugging the deep freeze and all that stuff like that. I figured the refrigerator was enough. A lot of you folks know, like, your deep freezers can range in different wattages and whatnot and draw. So, which I'm pretty sure I'll have no problem doing. Matter of fact, I will put it on there and discuss it maybe tomorrow. What is today? Today's Wednesday, so I'll discuss it tomorrow on the live stream, excuse me, how that worked out for you folks that are curious. All in all, that being said, I think it's a great unit. I know it can cost a lot of money for something like that, but it could be beneficial to you. You decide. You decide if something like this. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm just showing you what it can do, the specs, and kind of break it down for you in this review so that you don't have to go out and spend the money and it not be something that you want. For me, I think it's something that I'm glad to have in my preps at this point, regardless if it was given to me or not. I've bought a lot of expensive things for emergency preparedness, like my generators and other devices that I have. I guess it's one benefit to having a YouTube channel and whatnot. But anything, folks, go check them out. They do have smaller units at different prices, and the GreyMan 10 code will work on the smaller units if that's something you're looking for. Again, $2,200 for 4 solar panels, the 1800 watt device as well. And then, of course, if you use the GreyMan code, I think it'll be roughly under $2,000, something like that. That's if that's something that you're interested in. But you guys asked, and here we are. That's a unit that will run a refrigerator. All in all, folks, I want all you guys to please be safe out there. And remember, you are not alone. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in Rebound. God bless.